As far as ShuShu, I was impressed by his fight. I feel as though he was able to he was able to show more of his abilities, more of what he has in his bag this fight. And that's been one of the biggest things for me, is wanting to see more out of him. Knowing that, okay, I'm sure he has, the abilities to turn it up. He has the ability to be multi-dimensional. And I think in last Saturday's fight, I was most impressed, and Timothy Bradley said it often, was his mid-range game. Like, defensively, I felt that was the slickest that I had seen him fight defensively. But like, he was rolling punches and he was standing like right there, ready to counter. Was landing short shots in the inside. I feel like he showed us that he has power. And I say that he showed us that he had power because he was able to connect with those short shots and do damage with them. And it wasn't a whole bunch of loading up. And I don't think he had to be in the best position either for this power to come out. So that's why I say I saw that he had some power. Yeah, I was impressed. I was really impressed. I can
I
go.
really like Bruce, but I do want to see him fight a certain caliber, just so I know more about, you know, how he fares with those guys in the top 10, top 5. I do want to see him fight some top 10 guys pretty soon,
Mhm.
especially if you got who in the stands.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
it's easy to say I want to fight anyway, but you gotta. I want to see him fight some guys first, because
Yeah, for sure.
you
I think
jump in there right now,
right now, yeah, he
it can
definitely.
get bad.
I think he's on the road to getting that fight. I say in about 2 years. In
And I
ways
think that's
31. Yeah, in ways 31. Um, ShuShu's 27. So I feel in about 2 years, Inway still I think will be at his peak. Definitely will still be as mature of a fighter, if not even more seasoned. And I think it gives ShuShu some time to sharpen up his tools, like you said, to go up against some guys. It's going to like test him out, see how he compares. I think he's definitely ready to take on a top 10 opponent in his next fight. I feel like he definitely is ready for a title fight. If he doesn't get a title fight, I think put him in the ring with Ray Vargas. I think put him in the ring with Rabasi. Put him in a ring with who else? Who else is at that division? Damn, who just
got
they just always
Espinoza. You
turned
got
Espinoza. Mm-hmm.
Ray Ford is leaving, but that wasn't gonna happen anyway. But Ray Ford leaving. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think. I think. Yeah, like I
Well,
said, I want to see Shushu fight some top 10 guys before he do that. Like, I actually, yeah, the 2 years make a lot of sense. He probably have how many fights he got now? Shit, I forgot how many fights he
I
got.
think he's like maybe 8, no,
Nah,
13.
you gotta have at least 12, 13 now.
Yeah.
You
I think
ain't fucking in
13.
the way with 13 fights. I don't care who you is. You gotta just get a little, get a little experience, get a little bit more at
Mm-hmm.
that level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're not even at the level yet, but get at that level and get some experience. And if it's any guys that can prepare him for Inoue, I would be doing that. You
Yep.
know, I don't like how they trying to. If they are trying to rush him, I don't want them to do that. It's
Yeah.
no reason. It's no reason to really rush that fight. You know, really
Yeah.
not.
I think ShuShu has a good enough team that they're not going to allow for him to be rushed. And he's at a very pivotal point in his career to me, where again, 27, right? Everybody's making emphasis on how old he is and how late he started, and I just feel like block that out. Definitely, there's no need to rush it. There's a lot more for him to accomplish. I don't think that ShuShu has been calling him out. Obviously, he's confident in his abilities, and of course, any fighter is going to be like, "Yeah, I want him next," or "Yeah, I could take him next. I'm prepared for that fight next." But I think it's more so of initiating the chase, initiating. I'm on your ass. In the next couple of years, like I'm gonna be ready. And honestly, I think in the next 2 years, I think that ShuShu this is a winnable fight for him. And I think it's a winnable fight because of attributes that I see in his game and his mentality. ShuShu's a very disciplined fighter. So
Right.
that alone is going to help him remain in discipline. He's a gym rat. He stays in the gym. He stays learning, pushing himself. Now that he's at DLX, he's getting crazy. Like everybody's going through DLX now, whether they're preparing for camp, whether they're coming to spar, they're coming to train. Like, so there's a lot of guys, top guys that are at the gym that he trains at that he's going to have the luxury to jump in the ring and to learn from. So there's that. Um, then I feel like he has a little bit of everything. Now there's some spots where there's some weaknesses, and then there's some spots where there's some strengths that are more than others. But I feel like the fact that he got a little bit of everything, he could continue to grow in all of those areas. Like it's different if you just, like a one-dimensional fighter who doesn't have the ability, doesn't have defensive skills, doesn't have footwork, isn't able to stand right there in the pocket defensively, but still stay in position to land their shots, not taking themselves out of position, not taking themselves out of fights. So I think there's just so much. And listen, I've watched Nway's last fight a couple of times.
All
They're
right.
scary.
That shit a lot of you.
It's going to take a talented, special fighter, someone that can match his IQ, somebody that can match his explosiveness, his quickness. Inoue is quick as hell. He's fast. He's explosive, and he has the power. He got the IQ. He got everything, but he makes mistakes. And I don't know if that's just because he knows he can get away with it. Like in comparison to a Crawford, I feel like Crawford don't make a whole lot of mistakes.
I think Crawford make a lot of mistakes too. I
Oh,
think, but
please,
this the thing. This is the thing.
please.
I'm gonna get back to the Crawford part, but it's easy to say it's easy to point out those flaws at the top level. Of course, you're gonna get hit by those guys at the top level. That's what I'm saying. I need to see Bruce fight guys like that, like the Nearys and go
Mhm.
guys at that level, so we know how great his defense is, how great his IQ is. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for him to look like a I ain't gonna say Floyd Mayweather, but like one of them guys against this opposition, because he has that type of talent. My IG is Thrill Boxing, man. Thrill Boxing on Instagram. Um, I seen somebody say, let me go up. Venato. Was Venato the guy who he fought Rosie Ramirez? Who is that? I don't know who Venato is.
I'm not familiar with him.
Yeah, I think that's his nickname. I'm not sure which one that is.
Hmm.
Espinoza. I'm not sure who Venato is, but Espinoza. See, I want to see Bruce with guys like that.
Yeah,
Guys that's in that realm, but in a way it's different, man. Like I said, Neary got popped. Neary been at the championship level. He done fought the best already.
yeah.
So
I was
you
looking
know,
at his plays.
I,
Then
yeah,
he's had the ring belt too.
yeah, you're not a guy you can sleep on. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, Inoue got a little careless in that fight, but you think Inoue about to be getting careless like that in more fights?
You know
Absolutely.
what? He did get careless, and I specifically was watching what he did then on from the first round to see if he was still leaving himself open the same way. Um, and what adjustments he really made. I mean, Inoue is a super disciplined fighter. He fights phenomenally well behind the jab. I mean, very rarely when he throws his jab is his chin in the air and is he past his lead foot. He's like is solid, very solid. Probably maybe the most solid jab I think that I've seen, that I've paid attention to. But I feel like he does take risks. And I think as ShuShu, again, he fights these guys that challenges him, that are top guys, former champions, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think he'll gain the IQ and he'll be able to capitalize on when his opponent makes the mistakes. But one of the things that, like, Inoue, he swings big sometimes. And when he swings big, he leaves himself open. And the other thing is, I think what most of his opponents have made the mistake of doing, and probably, you have to give credit to Inoue in baiting these guys into fighting his fight, but they all press forward. And he forces them to take risks. And 9 times out of 10, when they take the risk, he does make them pay. But you can't fight Inoue. You can't be the aggressor, not pressing forward like that. Like, you have to be able to fight.
What you think he gonna make?
But I think that's what ShuShu is good at, the mid range. I think ShuShu has the ability to make him fight in front of him.
He gonna play them high IQ mind games. I'm saying if this was to happen right now, he gonna let him think he in control and run his ass into some shit. Bruce got to learn, it's a lot he got to learn at that level, dealing with those type of guys before he get in there with Inoue. That's all I'm saying. Like, I can see him getting to that level for sure. But right now, Inoue just he be in control. Even in that round where he got dropped, it was like I still was confident that the shit wasn't over. I'm like, he in control still. Like, I mean, not in control, but he's still doing what he need to do. He a master in there, bro. Like, so it's hard for me to see somebody at 22, 26 really bothering him at this moment right now. He just got a different grit, a different mindset in there, and it's gonna take more than just the abilities, because Bruce got abilities, but does he have that grit at this level yet? Does he have, can he take Inoue? Yeah, he can dish it. Will he be able to take that yet? We just gotta see. We gotta see.
Yeah, and I think Corey also just hit it on the head. Combine that with the speed, it's hard for guys to think under that much pressure. Yeah, for sure. Which is why I'm saying in 2 years. I'm not saying immediately put ShuShu in the ring, put him in front of Inoue right now. No, I'm saying in 2 years, let him develop even more. Okay, he's developed as a prospect. He surpassed that. He's at that contender level, challenger level. Let him work that for the next 2 years. And what's up, Tay? And yeah, I just feel, like I said, I just feel like there's definitely something there. And if ShuShu keeps progressing, he's going to be ready for that fight. And again, a credit to his team. I think they're gonna prepare him for that. But I think I strongly believe.
I got one more question to ask you about ShuShu. Let me grab a water, but I got one more question to ask you about ShuShu.
Okay. Tay, what's up? What else you guys got? In the next 2 years, do you guys think that ShuShu is in a better position to take on Inoue, and not just take him on, but actually win? Okay, I can add multiple people in here, right? Or can I only add 2 people? I can add 3.
Yeah. But okay, so people ain't like this tweet I had. And I said Raymond Ford beats ShuShu right now. I said right now, heavy on the right now. But I said it ain't like that. What would you say to that?
I'm gonna say ShuShu has the ability to beat Raymond Ford right now.
Yeah, of course, the ability. But I'm saying if it happened right now,
I think it could. Call me
yeah,
crazy. I think it could. I think
I,
it could. And that's because of maybe had Raymond had a different performance versus Nick Ball, maybe so. And again, you talk about a fighter that I feel like fights in spurts. Raymond Ford to me fights in spurts. Um, and his last two fights, he waits to the later rounds. And I don't know if that's because he feels like he gets stronger in the later rounds or what it is. If
some of that steam.
okay, so maybe it's that. But then in this situation, it was too late. Too
It
late for him
definitely
to do all
was.
that.
I mean,
So
I still felt like he could have got the nod, but it was he did wait too late for sure.
yeah.
But no, I think see I'm big on experience. That's why I be getting some of these fights wrong. Like that like that last week fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I be getting some of these fights wrong because I'm big on experience and at that championship level. And I
Mm-hmm.
just think right now Ford just had a few guys who was at that level and he kind of becoming a real vet, it's easy to look at the last fight and say, yeah, ShuShu would beat him, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I like that performance. It just starting late is crazy, you know.
You said what?
Just starting late like that is crazy, you know.
Yeah, it is crazy. And I think if I had to put Ford over Shushu, I would give the power to Ford over Shushu. However, I don't think that you think Shushu got more power. If
But
I mean,
well,
with
we
Ford
still got to
stepping
see.
up,
We still got to see.
are we talking about with Ford stepping up or still fighting super featherweight?
Still fighting super featherweight. I
Yes,
felt like
no, because we
when
saw that from the last fight.
because Ford hurt Ball in that 12th. You might have heard him in some of them other late rounds.
The
But
11th and the
first in that 12th,
12th. Mm-hmm. Then you ain't drop him.
in that 12th, and I thought he was probably gonna stop him, but he was giving him his best shot, and it was like it wasn't enough. I felt
Mm-hmm.
like if Bruce caught him with that,
Mm-hmm.
put him away. He
Mm-hmm.
would put him away right after that. But I
Yeah.
mean, but yeah, I mean, it ain't happening anyway because Ray over that shit over with 126. But then somebody said, hey, let me go back. Somebody said he ain't built for it tough. I ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna lie, man. I gained a lot of respect for Ray Ford in that fight. Cause if you fight, I'm gonna be honest, it's a fight where he had like a draw, and I think it was a fight before that. I used to think Ray was straight mid. I'm gonna be honest. But these last couple fights, it
Mm-hmm.
was a fight where he stopped the guy. It was one of his last 3 or 4. And he been gaining my respect a lot. In his last fight, I thought he was touching Ball up late. But if he had started with that aggression some rounds before that, he would have got the nod for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, hey,
Yeah, agree. Well, I'm not trying to turn this into the ShuShu show because that's definitely what it's given.
yeah,
Because I'm putting him up there high.
oh
It's
yeah, you
one of
like
those things
ShuShu.
where we're gonna have to revisit it.
Gotta line them up right. That's all I'm saying. No,
I
do
think
not
that
don't bother anyway right now. Let him get them other champions or something. Not bother Inoue right now. Don't think just because Inoue coming up to 126, do not think he's sweet. Please.
hmm
Please don't think